Welcome back to The Real Contrast.
I'm Kyle A.
I'm Brian K. You gonna bring any energy today, brother?
All energy, man.
Let's bring this! All right. From homes to hearth, we bring you the keys to happiness.
Or success. And success.
And success. I wanted to see if you were listening or if you actually knew.
Maybe a little stress.
Maybe a little stress. Yeah. If you're a rookie agent out there, might have a little bit of stress. Yeah, there could be some mistakes out there. Rookies that make mistakes. Is that possible? No.
Even seasoned agents who make rookie mistakes.
Seasoned agents. Okay.
You know.
Expecting when we fail to protect our clients. That's what you sent me. Expecting to fail. Expecting when we fail to protect our clients. We're going to jump into that one as well. Accepting
the responsibility when we fail to protect our clients.
All right.
That does happen.
And you know what? I also want to talk a little bit about the buyers agents out there that are doing showings right now. Of course, there's a lot of hubbub, buyers agents, but I've been doing some listings lately that I'm showing.
Right.
And it's interesting, some of the stuff we see with buyers agents out there different. So let's jump into rookie mistakes. Yeah. Rookie mistakes. What kind of rookie mistakes are on the top of your mind?
What kind of rookie mistakes?
Maybe this is a two-part episode.
Could be. Well, my first rookie mistake.
Is this something recent?
No.
Okay.
Well, I don't know.
Was this back when you were a rookie?
I think
Real rookie?
I think it could have been a rookie. I think the difference between a rookie mistake is how we deal with it right now. Because we can get better at figuring out how to get through it versus, oh my God, what did I just do? One of the biggest rookie mistakes I ever did was have my clients look at an offer, accept it without lender approval for the buyer. That was a fiasco, let me tell you. Waiting an extra 2 months to close a deal so the guy could get his stuff in order. Ultimately, I had to tell my clients, I am so sorry. I failed to protect you here. And I told them the truth. And they'll never use me again. But
that happens.
We did close the deal, and everything did work out. And it was also my very first deal I got.
Oh, that's cool.
So super rookie mistake.
I got a, now that you bring it up, first deal I ever closed. And I mean, I've shared with you in private how you know, I was on pins and needles my first deal, like, oh my God. But so put it together. It was contingent on the sale of a home down in California. And I'll never, ever forget this. I'm driving to the Christmas party. So it's the middle of December. It wasn't right on Christmas. I'm driving to the Christmas party. I just left ringing the bell. Salvation Army, Fred Meyer. Yeah. And I get a call. I pull over into my office because it's right there, and I take the call, and it's my buyer. And he's like, yeah, hey, just wanted to, touch base. I just got a call from the seller because I connected him, blah, blah, blah. And he said, apparently we're out of contract. And I said, what do you mean? And he goes, yeah, apparently the contract is expired. And the listing agent is working to get the seller to terminate the deal so that we can go find another buyer. Dude,
Wait a second. You connected who?
There is the seller. So if we back up a little bit, my buyer, the seller wanted to know if the buyer wanted to buy a couple things at the house, like a bed and a truck. And I spent the first hour at the house and finally was like, I have to leave. And they spent another 2.5, 3 hours together talking, going through things. They got phone numbers, I mean, at one juncture in time, you got to play adult, right? Yeah. And so, they got the phone number, and they were cool. And luckily they were cool. Luckily we did that because my transaction coordinator, who I ended up paying, but she failed massively, and I almost not only did I almost lose my first transaction, but my buyer who has their house under contract down here, almost was homeless and didn't have a place to move into. And that would have been massively bad. But
Those are notches under the belt.
those are notches under the belt, and that's why we put systems in place to avoid stuff like that, right?
And that's one of the reasons why I think, as a new agent, it's important to minimum do your first 10 deals by yourself without having a transaction coordinator, because you've got to understand the process. Ultimately, you're going to need to know what you want and want done, and we can't rely on somebody else for our job, because ultimately it's our job. They're our transaction coordinator.
Yes, and here's what I did probably for more than 10 transactions, because I used a transaction. I think I've used a transaction coordinator for almost every transaction I've done, is I told them, I'm going to do everything. What I'm paying you for is just to look it over. And they were like, what? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, but I'm not making my money. I said, fine. You want to help me out? Every time I write an offer, I'll send it over to you and you review it. That way you have less stuff to fix when I put it under contract.
Right.
And so for me, the money that I spent still figuring out how to do everything, but having that go-to to go, hey, I mean, what is it, $150 that I paid her? Maybe. Way more worth than the scrambling and the figuring and...
I like the scramble. Well, so basically what I'm getting back to is it's always on our shoulders.
It is. That's literally what our job is.
Yep.
Yep.
And now you get something under contract. I know, hey, in 7 days, at this exact time, we need to have everything figured out inspection wise. RE10 sent over, da 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 da. It just comes like boom. I just get it done.
Like clockwork.
Pretty much. Hey, look, I still mess up. So another one is, do you write a CM? Do you look at comps on a purchase for your buyer before you put an offer in, or after you put an offer in?
Depends on my buyer.
Hey man, I had one, and I felt like a rookie mistake, but I realized sometimes we even get caught up in the momentum of things, right? And when you have clients that get so overwhelmingly excited about something, sometimes it's enjoyable to be on their little high with them. However, we gotta keep in our lane. And I had one where I failed to do the CMA for him because it was like, no, we need to write an offer, da 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 da, get it done. Really love this house. It's everything. It checks every single box. And then get into inspection and whip up a CMA and go, this thing is overpriced by like $70,000. Whoop. Thank gosh we're in our inspection, in our due diligence.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that's another rookie mistake. It depends, but at the same time, it depends on how your buyers want to proceed. Even though I did bring it up, hey, we should do this. No, it's only been on the market a short time. We don't want to risk losing it. Okay. But I'm going to go ahead and double check for you anyway and see how you feel in a couple days.
Yeah, and I mean, I've written offers $100,000 over the value intentfully. Like that was, during the 2020 season, it was. So when you say that, it's like, well, that's out of context. Maybe not. And, so.
That was a different ball game.
Oh gosh.
So this one was recently.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Well, that can happen.
Like a couple days ago recently.
So if you're listening and you're a listing agent out there,
hey,
call Kyle.
But that's what happens. It does happen, but it's all fixable.
Yeah.
And my clients, and I told them today, I said, hey, look, here's where we're at. We're way overvalue on this house. Oh, we're feeling that as the dust started settling.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you so much for looking out for us.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Victory.
Handle it.
Yep.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. So what happens when you do something like that? How do you tell the client? Is there a way to tell them gently, or are there some guidelines, ethics, morals around how you deal with it when you're talking to your client?
Look, ethically, honesty always wins. Even if it doesn't look like it at first, you're always going to be in a winning seat.
So what's that mean? Like rip the Band-Aid, just say it?
Hey, man, in some situations, depending on the people, absolutely. Hey, I'm not saying go at it and be, hey, this is, you never blame anybody for one, right? Unless it's pointing a finger at you. That's as simple as that because nobody likes that. But come at it and say, for me, I was just like, hey, I did some numbers on the property you have under contract. Boom, it's overvalued. Here's the best comps I can get. This one may have a little more updates, but I can't quantify that much money. And ultimately, works out every time.
No.
It depends on even what the situation is. This one easy. I mean, these guys have been my clients for a few years. So.
Well, I take this back to problem solving. So as a leader, you have a someone that you're leading comes into your office or your client.
Absolutely.
And says, we've got a problem. Okay. Well, a drag along employee, someone that you're just dragging along, that's where the buck stops. We have a problem. Here you go, Kyle. You deal with it. The next level, higher level of employee would say, we've got a problem, and here's some things that I think would be a good idea. And your higher level employee is going to say, we had a problem. There was 3 solutions I came up with. I think that we should do this one. And your highest level of employee, or maybe even your partner, is going to say, we had a problem. Here's the 3 solutions. Thought this one was the best. It's done. Just wanted to let you know about it. And as an agent, definitely I want to do this as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Time is of the essence. It says it all over. Talk to your client in a real manner, ethical manner. Honesty is truthful. But have a plan.
Have the solution.
Even if the plan really sucks for you. For me as the agent. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, hey, you know what? Okay, here's the problem.